Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm back with another message you need to hear right now. Let's hop right into it and find out your angels really want you to know. From the jump, I am hearing that you got people talking about your fearlessness, and it's actually scaring a lot of people because people are noticing that you are somebody who could be very friendly, very nice at surface value, but there's a side of you, if you feel called to it, you will stand up for what you believe in and you will do it without fear. I feel like for a lot of you out there, you do have some fears in speaking up just because you don't really want to rock the boat. But when it really comes to you speaking your mind or doing what's right or going after people that have hurt, whether it's you or other people, I feel like you have a side of you that maybe even scares you. I am sensing that there could have been something that had happened in your life recently or in the past that people are talking about where you have shown this other side of you. And I feel like for some of you guys out there, you could be feeling even a bit ashamed that you had to bring a different side of you out. But I feel like it's very necessary. I was actually hearing today when I sat down that today I was supposed to be talking about your ability to speak up. You have two different gifts going on here. I feel like one of them is that your throat chakra is very strong. And when you do speak your mind, you speak it in a way that really resonates with people, but also kind of infiltrates their soul. I feel like for some people that don't even want to listen to you, they are haunted by the things that you have said to them because there's a lot of truth in it. But I also feel as well, there is an energetic gift you guys have. When you enter a room, it kind of forces people to expose their true selves or their masks come off easily. So some of you guys may have a reputation for being somebody that accidentally or purposely rocks the boat. But I actually feel like it's just you coming in there and having your high vibrational energy. Again, for a lot of you, you may be surprised about this because you are very kind people and you're people that really don't want to upset anybody, but you came here to make a difference. So remember, if there are people doing things or saying things that you don't like, don't be afraid to speak up. That's actually one of the main reasons why you guys are here. Again, my light workers and my healers, a lot of you guys ask me like, what is my purpose? But I really like to tell you guys, your purpose is multidimensional. You have many talents, many gifts, many skills. But what I am hearing is that the next portion of your life is going to require you guys to speak up more. So you could be going through situations where you're being challenged by people or you're being forced to speak your truth and not really be afraid of the outcome of that. And I do feel like you are gaining a lot of people's respect because of it. You may even find that a lot of people are coming to you more and more, asking you what to do in certain situations. I also feel like you may find yourself in situations where people are doing things or saying things that really trigger you and you have to say something. But I feel like this is showing you how strong you become. There could have been a time in your life where some of you guys may have just let things slide, but I feel like this is not the person that you are today. And I do feel that you are practicing saying and speaking your mind because it's going to be something that you're going to be using a lot. But I do sense that right now there is somebody who could be causing a bit of trouble, whether it's in your personal life, your family life, or even your work life, and you may be saying something to other people about it, you may be saying something to them about it, and you're really making your voice known because you really do want to protect the people around you or the integrity of whatever it is that's going on around you is what I'm hearing. Or for some of you guys, it's about work or a business. Like a lot of you guys want to defend your baby with your heart or your family or whatever. I'm hearing your baby because some of you guys are working on a project or idea, and if somebody is coming in and trying to mess with that, a lot of you guys are not having it. I really sense, again, there is a little bit of fear that other people have in regards to you because, again, they could see you as someone who is easygoing, fun, a healer, a helper, always ready to step up and help others. But there's another side of you where helping others does include standing up for others and also saying things that people are not going to like. I feel, again, that even if you have a friendship with somebody and you love them or a romantic connection, you're not afraid to tell them, hey, cut this out. This isn't right. And that makes them extremely uncomfortable. I feel like, again, there's a lot of situations where you could be in groups or environments where people are talking a certain way. And even though you may have love for these certain people, you may even question why you're there because you're like, I would never say these things, I would never act this way. But by you guys speaking up and saying something, you are making a difference. I feel like you also, in a way, people may try to shame you for speaking up, but you also kind of implement this shame onto others. That's not really a good word to use, but I feel like if it's calling for you guys to say something and people are, I feel like what you guys are saying to others or standing up for others is actually causing people to look at their own actions and feel a bit of remorse or guilt or shame for even acting in a certain way. So I am sensing that there is somebody here that you guys have called out and they actually are feeling maybe for the first time in their life, like hurt, embarrassed, and ashamed that someone said something to them, but this behavior was something that they've always had. And there's just gonna be a lot of things going on in life where you guys are gonna be put in environments where people may think it's okay to act a certain way around you because they perceive you as one of them, and then they realize real fast that there is something very different about you. feel my light workers and my healers, you guys do have this gift of being able to adapt to different environments, different types of people. So you may find that people open up to you very easily. People feel like they can be themselves around you, and they are quite shocked when they also find out that you still have your own mind, you think your own way. And again, this isn't judgment on you. It's just the fact that a lot of people just haven't met people that know how to think with their own mind. And again, a lot of times people see people, like people may feel like you're not that type of person at certain points just because you, again, like to go with the flow, or you just like to see where God takes you. You don't always need to be the leader or the loudest one in the room. And I feel that your energy is very loud and strong, but there's certain people out there who are not really paying much attention to any of that, or they're very out of tune with the other side. Again, I feel like a lot of times, a lot of your opposition that's going to happen in life, in situations where you haven't said anything or did anything, are going to be people with spiritual gifts who kind of sense that your energy is about to change the way that things are being run around here. I feel like my people out there, you may also find that in every level of your life, you have a new villain or opposition of somebody that doesn't like you even before you even do anything. And I always say those are my people out there who maybe have negative energies or vibrations around them, if you know what I mean, or they have spiritual gifts where they're like, okay, you know, something is going to change here and I don't like it. This person makes me uncomfortable. I feel as well that people often do respect the things you guys say. So when you really do start speaking up, you're going to find that changes happen quick and fast. And that could be very uncomfortable to you or the people around you. I'm actually hearing as well that some of you guys may have ended situations as far as relationships by speaking your truth, or you have ended friendship groups or stuff like that. Like you've caused separations that are actually necessary. And I do feel that at times, my light workers and my healers can get a bad rap because their energy is so strong. But again, none of this is done purposefully. I feel like the true narcissists and low vibrational people, they want to cause chaos in order to gain control or destruct things around them. But it's actually you guys coming in and speaking truth that is helping energies upgrade and rebuild themselves. So again, don't be intimidated right now to speak your truth in any situation. I feel that you could have somebody here that is plotting against you and saying things to other people because they are mad that you said something to them or called them out, but you really do have no power. I mean, they really do have no power in a lot of these situations. I feel like I slipped up and said you have no power, but I meant to say like you guys don't really need to do anything in order to defend yourself. Like you just trust in God that things are going to be exposed the way they need to, because I'm hearing that people are getting exposed left and right on this current level that you're at so that you guys can go to the next chapter. Also, just personally, I feel that you may have friends in your life or romantic connections or work connections that are falling off your path too, just because you are entering again a new level. And if people are acting up because you are finding some space for yourself or having some time for yourself, or you're going through a transformation and they're not respectful of that, just know those people are going to be causing problems in the future. Again, as light workers, as healers, if you guys are new here, welcome. But I always tell you guys that you do go through a lot of quick, fast transformations, and unfortunately you got to get used to letting people go, especially if they're acting up. And also sometimes a lot of you guys out there are doing your manifesting, you're doing your prayers, you're asking God for help. So when people are starting to show you their true colors, you have a hard time accepting it, or you feel like people are switching up on you. But again, it's really just that energy of whatever was boiling beneath them coming up to the surface. And you're going to experience people that see you as their enemy or that were hidden enemies, but you're also going to experience people that are extremely unhealed and they start attacking you for you leveling up or for you speaking up for yourself. And both those energies are going to be people you're going to need to get rid of. Some of you guys out there feel really guilty about speaking up to people that you may feel like don't have bad intentions, but they're causing problems and issues in their life or your life because, or people around you's lives, because they choose to not heal. So that's what I'm hearing. Like there's people that just choose to not heal, and that is detrimental to everyone around them and yourself's growth and development. So yeah, there's someone around you that could also have chosen not to heal, and you may have had to say something to them. And again, a lot of you don't want to be mean or cruel to people. You want everybody to win, but you have to understand that energy doesn't lie. So if you are going through transformation and you're feeling called to back away from certain individuals and they can't respect your space, that is definitely a red flag there. Another thing I'm hearing as well is that something that God and your angels want you guys to take note of is when you have given somebody a certain respect or space and they cannot do the same for you, or you have granted somebody a certain freedom or to allow somebody to be themselves or make decisions, but they don't allow you to do that. I'm really hearing that because some of you may feel guilty removing certain people from your life, but think about the ways that you guys have gone out of your way to help these people and they've never done the same for you. I also feel as well that sometimes you may have relationships with people when they go through changes, things are turbulent. You may not always see eye to eye, but that person has shown up for you. They have been a good friend to you, even though you may not always agree with them. they may also be a positive support in your life. I do feel that we are trying to, especially as a collective here, lean away from narcissistic society where we are kind of conditioned to think that if someone comes in there and love bombs us and supports us and yes it's to death, that's our people. But sometimes our people are also people that present different ideas but are there still as a support, even if they don't agree with us or vice versa, because none of us are 100% right all the time. I also feel as well, again, some of you guys may be experiencing like a bait and switch or a switch up from certain people in your life, but that's actually their true mask coming off. I can't tell you guys how many times like I have noticed that people that were the nicest to me to my face were the fakest to me behind my back. And there's sometimes people that have a crassness about them, is that the right word? You know, a harshness about them, honesty about them, but they don't actually mean to be hurting you. And I feel, again, like these are situations where you guys are gonna have to speak up either way. I feel that also some of you guys do have people in your life that you do like and care about, but they're not carrying themselves the right way, or they're not speaking to others in the right way, and it's coming across in a way that is not in supportive of their destiny. And don't be afraid to say something to those people too. Be like, you know, hey, like I see that you got good intentions with what you're saying, but you're a bit harsh, you know. And I feel that some of my collective out there, not all of you guys, because there's a good percentage of you guys that are actually like too nice, but there's a percentage of my collective too that is actually like a bit harsh too as well and honest. Virgo placements out there, my earth signs, you guys know how it is, my Sagittarius is too. But anyway, sometimes when you are a big visionary person, a big thinker, like you don't always, you think about the outcome. Okay, I'm going to speak this truth, but sometimes people are sensitive to the things that you guys are saying and they really internalize it. So again, I'm hearing your power is with great responsibility, because your words are really meaningful. Even if people fight you on what you're saying, it means sometimes that they're listening and you struck a chord. And I feel that, again, there's certain people out there, they're going to yes you to death, or they're going to be like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, I love you, woohoo. And then behind your back saying and do different things. And I'm not saying this for you guys to be paranoid. I'm saying this because our journeys here are constant reevaluation of the people around us. And unfortunately, and fortunately, as a light worker and healer, you have a surplus of people that are coming towards you left, right, and center. They want your help, you know, they want your energy. And this is great if they're inspired by you and listening to you, but that's going to be bad if they're continuing to absorb your energy. And I often say the most dangerous people around you are the ones that come around you and make you second guess yourself, yes, but also the people that gas you to your face and pretend they're on board with everything, but actually are destructive behind the scenes or destructive to your other relationships. And I always talk about this even in my other channel when I was really channeling in and realizing how much divinely orchestrated connections get affected by third-party energies that are jealous of connections that you guys have with others. And a lot of parts of my journey that require me to be closer to a certain individual, whether it's for work or love or friendship or whatever, and that starts triggering the people around me. And it's like, hey, like if I gotta take a step back from our friendship for a little bit and focus on something else, that shouldn't be something that you're upset with. But again, it could stem from jealousy, but can also stem from people being unhealed and feeling like you're abandoning them or leaving them behind. And if you already reassured them that's not the case, then people do not have the right to demand you spend time with them, demand you answer them now, this and that. Another thing as well, my light workers and my healers, you guys need a lot of time to yourself to reevaluate relationships, friendships, your next step. And because we live in a time period where we do have free will, our paths can be ever changing. Yes, we do have destinies, but sometimes God's like, hey, hold up, this person's not ready yet. Okay, hold up, like I got something else for you right now. Okay, this person's not doing what they need to, I'm gonna send you something else. So we gotta sometimes sit down and reevaluate, okay, what is our next move here? So I feel like part of my purpose here is to also give you guys advice on how to deal with what's going on around us. And I feel like right now there's a huge level up going on where you're gonna notice a lot of energies being triggered, and some of them are still gonna go the long haul with you, and some of them need a timeout, and some of them just need to go. I'm hearing again, you do have a reputation for being someone who speaks up, who speaks truths, and you are somebody who people can see that you're going places. And I like to talk about this, and for those that are new here, I may have repeated this a few times for those who have been here for a while, but if you're new here, I'm gonna say this, like, some of you guys out there who don't feel like you've really accomplished much yet, or you're still younger, you're still living a light worker path in every single day of your life when you are helping people, when you are speaking your truth. I remember before YouTube or before I even had a sense of direction, and whatever workplace I ended up in, somebody was trying to do something against me, or if I was in a friend group and I was trying to help somebody out, like somebody had an issue. It's like there was always something going on here. I even had friends confess to me that in the past, like whenever I first became friends with them, there was a few people in their life that got triggered by that behind the scenes. And it happens with friendships, relationships. So you guys are gonna notice in your life that certain people are just not gonna like you. And this is gonna happen on a grand scale when you guys start speaking out and doing things that are in your life's path, but you'll also find that you get so much support and love when you're moving in the right direction too. So that's something I do want to say as well. Like, I do sometimes have more conflict in my personal life than I do when it comes to just doing these videos and stuff like that. So again, if you are new on your path here, or you feel like you haven't really got started on something big that God has planned for you, just know that people can still sense within you when you are going somewhere, and they will try to latch on to your ideas and your plans. And if you decide you don't want to work with this person, be friends with this person, or date this person anymore, or you want to take a step back and do something on your own, you have every right to change your plans. You have every right to tell somebody, I need to take a break, or not share with people your ideas right now, this moment in time. And again, be wary of those people, those monitoring spirits or the envious people that feel like you got to share or be around them every inch of the day, every single day of your life. And even be wary of people that feel like they got to check in with you every single day of your life too, because your energy is very precious. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of energy vampires that you guys are going to experience. And some of these people are just going to be people that you love that are going through a tough time, and you got to set boundaries with. And it's sometimes going to be people that subconsciously or consciously know that you're going somewhere and they want some of that energy. They want some of your light. So I'm hearing right now that these people are being exposed. People are kind of fearing you right now. If there's people that are acting weird or strange towards you, let it rock, because I feel that a lot of times people, especially people that have been through a lot, they can tune into others' energies, whether it's accidentally or on purpose. And if they sense within your energy a little bit of a changeable energy, like one day you're like this way, one day you're another way, or they're sensing that you're going through a transformation, they could just be backing off because of that reason. I also sense that there could be somebody here who is trying to separate themselves from your energy just because they find themselves, I'm hearing maybe an ex or past lover could be trying to separate themselves from your energy, or someone that you're interested in, because they're finding themselves getting very addicted to you, and it's distracting them from what they feel like they need to do. And again, you guys just have a very strong energy that's going to be pulling a lot of people in. And if something is falling off your path, don't focus on that. Focus on whatever is right in front of you, because there's going to be, again, a lot of people around you that are coming around you that need your help, that need your support, or you're going to be called to just go and hermit until you decide your next step. So yeah, I'm channeling a lot today, but what I was really sensing is that a lot of things are being exposed right now. I'm actually hearing losing friends and finding peace. So right now you are being forced into a certain environment, or you're being forced into making certain decisions that are going to lead you to more inner peace. If that means getting rid of certain individuals in your life, so be it, or standing up for others. And I do feel like a lot of you guys are praying and asking God, okay, get me out of this depression, get me out of this anxiety, get me out of this confusion. And little by little, you're seeing what energies are causing that disruption in your energy field. Because again, unfortunately, you want to help everybody, but there's certain people who are very stuck in the way that they are. And I'm sensing that there is somebody here who is being exposed big time for behaviors that they need to keep in check, or problems that they are causing in different environments. And maybe this person is enabled in a lot of ways, and that's why not a lot of people stand up to them, or they got something going on for them that people fear them, but not you, is what I'm hearing. So yeah, I'm seeing, yeah. Woo. Some of you guys may still feel like you're getting throat chakra attacks, or you may feel like certain individuals are trying to shut you up, but just keep doing what you're doing. I also feel like your silence can be very loud too. After you speak your piece and you pull out your energy, I feel like a lot of you guys will see that changes are happening. And I do feel like there's a lot of situations where you really don't care. You're just kind of speaking what you need to and being out for your own peace of mind. But there's just a lot of people that are in support of you, and they see your strength and your power. And that's why certain people can say and do certain things, and it won't get the impact that it gets when you guys do it. And some of you guys could be annoyed at this. You just want to live your life and be chill, but people are just really hyper fixated on what you say, what you don't say, what you do and what you don't do, what your next move is, whether you're hermit, whether you're doing this, whether you guys are doing nothing at all, or you're doing something big. People are going to be jealous. They want to be a part of it. They want to latch onto you. If you can avoid conflict to keep the peace, you start a war inside yourself. So I feel like right now the focus here is to find your own inner peace and balance through managing whatever it is that is causing you that lack of peace, or whoever it is that's causing you that lack of peace. And if it means saying, listen, I can't do this friendship anymore. Listen, I can't do this behavior of yours anymore. Listen, you're not going to control me. You're not going to tell me what to do, whatever, right? You're going to always find there's people in your life that are going to try to exert their control over you. And sometimes these people are extremely low vibrational, and they are sent to distract you from your path. And sometimes these people just want to control you because they think that they love you or that's the right thing to do. But you sometimes have to teach people how to treat you. And you got to teach people like, listen, I am not your puppet. I'm not your sidekick. I'm not someone that you can boss around. Yes, I am chill. Yes, I am fun. Yes, I am someone that likes to go with the flow. But if you are trying to pull me in a direction that God is not calling me to, I'm not going to go there. Or if I just need to take a break from our relationship to focus on what God sent me here to do, that is not in your place to demand that I spend time with you or I do things on your time. And if you are constantly on other people's timelines or being forced to do things or show up when other people want you to, then you are ignoring when God wants you to show up. If you are trusting when other people want you to show up certain places over your own intuition, that's not such a great thing, right? So I feel like there's certain things you guys are meant to be doing. Even if it means showing up for yourself and being alone. If that is what God is calling you to do, then it's nobody's right to tell you to do otherwise. And I'm seeing that right now. You guys may have been trying to keep the peace, but there has been a storm brewing in certain environment situations where when it calls to it, you guys will know the right thing to do. And I do feel like a lot of you as well, although you are chill and laid back, you could be in environments where you are being a support through people that are going through storms, and that you can also be a target because of that too. Like you could be helping somebody through a tough situation where they're stuck in something bad or something like that, and that could cause people to not like you very much as well. But all I'm seeing here is that if you are going through something right now personally, or if there's somebody you know going through something personally, you're gonna know the right steps to take. And I feel again that some of you guys may be called to focus your energy on helping out somebody or doing something that requires a lot of your time and energy. And if people can't be accepting of that, that's on them, because you are a light worker, you are a healer, and you do have this sense of purpose. And if you are called to something, you're going to go do it. That's something I know about my light workers, my healers. It's not going to make logical sense, but if it lights you up and it makes you happy, or if you feel that is something that is necessary for your growth or for someone else's growth, you're going to go and do it. So yeah, I feel that a lot of you may have been avoiding a certain conflict, but not anymore. Or for my super light workers and healers out there who have been doing it for a while now, if it doesn't resonate with a particular situation in your life, I feel like you're calling other people into this energy, which makes you a target for being attacked. Maybe you are having people around you that you're starting to speak to and encourage to stick up for themselves, especially for my light workers that are teachers, healers, mentors. Like you're already dealing with a collective of within yourself, whether it's 5 people or 2 people or you're coaching or classroom or an audience. There's something about you guys being called to tell other people to speak up for themselves in certain situations. And you may be called to certain environments that you may find yourself in, like, why am I here? But trust in God's plan, trust in God's timing. A lot of the places we end up in life may not directly correlate to our career or our purpose logically in our mind, but it is somewhere we're needed maybe in that moment because God is calling you to help somebody, or somewhere you need in that moment because there is something that needs to be said, or there's some kind of lesson there for you to learn that you're going to take with you and it's going to help you later on. And I like to always tell you guys this too as well. Like before I was on YouTube, it doesn't mean my purpose started when I started doing YouTube videos and had an audience. My purpose started every day in my life, and I didn't start off doing card readings just on YouTube. I used to do them at the bar for fun, for my patrons when I was a bartender. I used to do them when I was younger for my friends. I used to do them in shops. I used to read palms. Like there's so many times in your life where you can be helping people without an audience or fame or this or that. I like to remind you guys this because sometimes we think about purpose as like something big that you're gonna flash, everyone's gonna be screaming your name like woohoo, and that can happen and will happen for a lot of you guys because you're popping. But I also feel that there are still chapters, even if you are somebody big out there somewhere watching this, right? There are chapters where you're gonna need to help people around you too that you love and care about, and it may take up a lot of your energy. But if those people are people that have been there for you or stand up for you or be at your side or a support in your life, then it's worth it, right? And I also feel that there's a lot of people out there who treat you guys as if you are famous and a fan of you, even when you haven't even stepped to your full potential. And I always say this as well, my light workers, my healers, you guys have a star quality. It's because you just have this high vibrational energy and this like chosen one type of energy and vibe, and people can sense that off of you. And I do feel that a lot of you are in a chapter here where you are helping a few people before you go off and do something bigger. And I do want to say as well that my lightworkers and healers are already helping a lot of different people right now. I do feel there's something about you guys encouraging somebody around you or people around you to stand into their power, because this is something that you guys learn to do time and time again. And you will find that because you're doing this, there's also a lot of distractions and things being thrown at you. And there's going to be time periods where standing up means to actually stand up and say something, but standing up also means no longer tolerating it, pulling out your energy and just removing yourself from that situation. Because the biggest thing that happens sometimes that distract us from our destiny is people distracting us by thinking that we got to keep constantly be battling or going back and forth with certain energies when that's what's really draining you. So there is something going on in your life where you're pulling back your energy and moving forward, and there's certain thing going on where you're encouraging someone to speak up, but then pulling back and pull their energy and coming forward, or seeking justice in something too as well, or legal matters I'm hearing too. So, you know, if that's something that's been on your mind, don't be discouraged into taking action. And I feel that you're just going to know it's the right thing to do. I feel a lot of you guys just fear dragging out a situation that doesn't need to be dragged out, you know, and I get that. I'm hearing, you know, if there's something about wanting to pursue some sort of justice. So listen to your intuition. Sometimes, I always say this too as well, even in situations where I'm wronged, it's still better for me to pull out my energy and just F off than to try to go back and forth and implement that justice on my own hands. Because if you pull back your energy and you speak your truth, God will take care of the rest. And it's more like God will take care of you, make sure you're good and you get what's earned to you, even if it's through a different source. Because some of you guys may feel like you're dealing with somebody that may have taken from you or was childish. Death. Yeah. I definitely sense there's energy here that was really childish around you guys. I was causing a lot of confusion. You guys put that energy to an end, or somebody around you is being childish, and I just feel like you guys are not having it anymore. I also sense that you have a lot of big decisions to make coming up, and that's why I feel like it's really important for you guys to just say no and walk away to whatever is distracting you and whatever is just pulling away from your inner peace. And there's just going to be a lot of people out there who do overestimate their value in their lives, in the lives of in your life, I should say, in their lives too, in other people's lives. There's people out there who do have a lot of value to your life and as well. But again, you just got to be careful with people that have a sense of entitlement to be in your space, be in your energy. I do feel like you're going to have a new perspective here coming out of this transformation. I also feel as well that this transformation you're going through, especially if you're single, is going to positively affect your love life. And every time you stand up for people, whether it's friendship or family or love, like you energetic upgrade yourself. Sometimes people don't see that. By healing yourself and healing your friendships and healing your relationship with yourself, your love life improves. But all those things are in unison. You know, love is not something that just discriminates to romantic love. Love is inside of you in all different relationships and how you handle it. And I know you guys like to handle yourself with love, but the more you walk away from things that are not out of love and out of fear, out of control, and out of things that are not healthy for you, the more you're going to find yourself stepping into happiness. So some of you guys could be experiencing a bit of a depression or a time period where things are really hitting the fan or energies are really boiling up. But I feel it's because you're being shown where to make the changes, where to remove people and situations that aren't for you. Let's see what we have here. The quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. Give yourself the gift of space. Yeah, for some of you, it's like you're trying to figure out your next move. What should I add to my life? What should I do next? Who should I date? When in reality, there's energies that need to be removed first so that you can bring in who and what you desire. So there's something about an energy here being a distraction, being childish, that is not meant to be there, that is blockading things that are meant to be coming in your path, whether this person is directly saying and doing things. But I do feel like any energy that's a distraction, that's draining, is being exposed right now. And it goes back to our message here that you guys could be speaking up to this person for a reason, or speaking up for to this person, because there's somebody here that was brought into your life that wasn't only childish distraction to you, but to a lot of people who need to be focusing on other things. And sometimes these energies could be very manipulative because they're always coming at you, or the people with, if this is business, like, oh, this next big idea, or this next, this promise I never deliver. But it can also be, you know, someone romantic in your life that's coming in and just offering you a little bit, but never the whole picture of what you want. And you're realizing, okay, like they're just coming in and telling me what I want to hear. And I feel like there's somebody that was in your life that's telling you what you want to hear, but that's not actually healthy for you. So you guys are going to be speaking up to that person and being like, listen, like, there's no light, there's a tunnel, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm seeing, because the sun is here. The only light is walking away from this and making space for what God has planned for you. I love my inner beast, and we hug until we heal. Yeah, I feel like some of you do have this inner beast in you. You do have you have something inside of you, but yeah, like somebody, I mean, some people may perceive that as like a different person inside of you, like, but it's you. You have a side of you that's this inner beast that is being called to stand up and take power and end things if you need to. I know a lot of you guys out there still like feel really guilty just blocking people and walking away. But I'm telling you guys right now, the block button is my best friend. And there has been a few times in my life where I had to block people that I really cared about, or I did, but the universe realigned us in different ways. And that's what I'm seeing for a lot of you. Like, maybe you're still afraid of being perceived as childish by putting an end to something that isn't for you. And me personally, I have ended friendships and relationships, and where people were opposing, or a certain person was opposing that they wanted me to act a certain way. And I said, listen, I don't think this is going to work out, or this situation is going to work out. Block, and then they're trying to hit me up from the number saying I was childish. I'm like, I'm not childish for just saying that I don't want to be a part of something anymore. That is maturity, right? It's childish to show up half-assed or be people-pleasing, right? And I feel like this is kind of it. Some of you guys are realizing that you've been taught to believe that speaking up, speaking your truth is childish. Standing up for yourself is childish. Saying what's on your mind is childish, when in reality, that's what you've been called here to do. And you can provide people with the next step and a different perspective by doing that. And if not others, then yourself. So I feel that you guys may have been on the fence of cutting someone off, and ask God for assistance on that. And again, there were situations in my life where I was on the fence, and then boom, that person did make positive changes. But then I asked God, okay, show me. And then there was people out there who acted off, and bad after I asked just to be shown something. So a lot of you guys being called to, ask God, ask strangers to show you, okay, what's the step here on dealing with this situation. And I feel that you're going to know exactly what to do. And some of you guys are trying to help somebody else deal with a certain situation, but you kind of know what to do at the right time. Trust your instincts, trust your inner guidance. Yeah, I feel that you're being released from a lot of things in your life that were causing you burdens. And I feel that a lot of you guys out there too as well, maybe your exhaustion, your tiredness catched up to you, and that's why things that you no longer can carry are kind of being exposed here, because you've kind of hit your wall here in terms of dealing with certain energies and people, or you've hit your wall here in terms of just exhausting yourself, and you kind of notice what really is pulling and tugging your energy when you were literally at your most exhausted, right? Like, you guys know when you're going through something or you're going through a tough time, you're only really going to answer the phone for certain people or show up for certain people that add to your life, that add to your healing, and you're going to be able to sense who really isn't. And if you're sensing that somebody isn't that, don't be afraid to release. That's what I'm seeing. I do see that there's the King of Wands here inside you guys being a release. So you're going to be entering a new cycle here where you're falling into a new level of leadership. People look to you as somebody with direction. So some of your speaking up may not be directly to people that are bothering you, but speaking up to others about what they should be doing or how they should be handling certain situations, especially if they're coming to you and asking you guys. I feel a lot of you can find that a lot of people are coming to you for help, and you're just like, I don't have all the answers here. But I feel that you have more answers than most, not only due to experience, but through intellect, through intuition, and also just genuinely wanting to see it through and seeing people in a happy situation. Some of you guys are having someone in your life that's asking you for help or for some answers, and if you don't know yet, I think the answer will come to you after you take a rest here, because again, sometimes the decision is more coming to you on divine timing than it is on, okay, so what we need to do now. I always say as well, for me, like, my spiritual gifts work in a way where I tell what is meant to be heard more than what people want to hear, and sometimes different messages will come through, not what somebody's asking, right? So I feel like that's what you guys could be going through too. It's like, okay, you want to know what's my next step in my career, but God is telling you, well, just go hang out with this person. Oh, okay, go remove this person. Oh, go do these little assignments here, and then you'll know what's next. That's kind of the energy I'm seeing here. Like, you may not have a direct pathway, but God's like, don't worry about that. I'm figuring that out for you, And then also, again, we live in a time period there's so much confusing stuff online, things we're consuming, whether it's educational, whether it's spiritual, that it's really just revolving. Honestly, guys, you're really just regaining your energy right now and coming back into your power. And when you are just back at your strongest again, you'll be able to operate. All right, this is the direction we're going in here. Because I'm really speaking to a lot of leaders out here today, I'm sensing, or people that are destined to be leaders, or you're just naturally leading even when you don't want to. Again, my letters and healers just naturally happens that people want your advice. They want your insight on certain things. Let's see. As I align my habits, decisions, and actions with my dreams, my creative ideas become a real thing. Yeah, so I feel like for like guys out there too, again, you're right now working on aligning your habits, your decision, your actions with that next chapter in your life. So if one of your habits were to run and cater to certain people that weren't for you, or to confide in somebody who was not best for you, or to not trust your own intuition. All that's being corrected and realigned right now. I feel like, again, there's just something about you guys just wanting to know the next step here in your life, but what you're doing right now is the next step. Even doesn't seem like exactly in alignment with what you feel like you came here to do, or your big goals, your big dreams. I'm only available for kick-ass things that make me feel serene. See, there's another energy coming in here about, another message coming here about you guys only really wanting to be around what makes you feel good and at peace. And again, I just feel that there's just situations going on here that is really rocking your energy, and you're just doing a big cleansing before that next chapter in your life. So reserve your time and energy for projects, people, and experiences that excite, support, and fuel your growth. Make yourself unavailable for anything that makes you feel like poo. That's funny, but that's the truth. Like, there's so many times we've conditioned ourselves that we have to do or show up or be this or be that, but especially when you're going through a time of change, what you are meant to be or who you're meant to show up for may change over time. Maybe people that are angry at you that you were their friend for one period of time, but you've already told them the lessons that they needed to learn. And if they refuse to act upon it, then that's on you. And God will see, okay, well, you came in and you helped this person and they're still stuck, then that's that, you know? And I always like to remind you guys too, like, there's so many things that I feel like I need to kind of like help you guys keep in mind, are the same things I need to keep in mind, because stuck people are really going to be the detriment of your purpose, especially people that, I always give you guys a hint like on certain things that they do or act like. It's like whenever you want to elevate or try to do something new, they're discouraging about it or negative about it, or they're asking you for help and you're giving them advice and they have a not so great reaction to it, or people that rather complain about what's going wrong versus talking about solutions. And I'm also sensing people that are very stuck or fixated on past people and events that they have no control over. Like, for instance, a friend you go out with that's talking about their ex from a year or two ago, how they're still stalking their new person or something like that. You know, there's going to be circumstances where, you're just chatting with somebody about something you may have heard in passing about someone from your past. That's different. I'm talking about people who are hyper fixated on past things. It's going to show you that they're not ready for the next chapter and growth. And I feel the message today was you guys are going to have to be speaking up to certain people in order to help them get on the right next chapter, or in order to leave them behind, or encourage other people to speak up to others for themselves so that they can get on that next cycle too. I'm hearing one song, like what Britney Spears says, "Shame on me to need release." Like, I feel like right now you guys need release. Like, that's what you're doing. So if that requires having fun, enjoying your life, spending time with people who light you up, just getting yourself back on track to just learning through other people's experiences or wherever you're called to go, do that. But you're in a release period and you cannot be taking on anybody else's BS and burdens. And I feel that there's something else, that there's somebody here who is very problematic, and you guys may have stood up to them, or you're going to stand up to them, and it's going to cause a effect where all the energies are going to see that, because you are substantial energy in this person's life, or people view you as substantial in one way or another, or you are the boss in one way or another, and you're going to be releasing somebody to set an example. Somebody out here may be a boss, and you may have fired somebody to set an example, or you're quitting a job to set an example. I feel like you guys are here to set an example and set the tone. God will always catch you on the other side. Like, look how many things you guys have gone through and you already got out alive. So, and whoever's doing some BS here, they're not getting out scot-free. That's what I'm hearing. So that's what I'm picking up on. I feel like also there's somebody in your life too that could have some interest in you guys. I'm sensing it could be romantic, but your energy is so powerful and dynamic that you're helping them elevate super fast, which they're down for, but it's requiring them to want to go inward and process a little bit of you, your energy, what you're saying to them, because there are going to be, again, people in your life that are meant to be there, but they need time and space too. So it's like, we want people to give us time and space to do our growth, to reflect, to process, the same way that I feel like there's people out there who pick up what you're putting down, they're realizing a lot of things, but they're like, wow, I've never seen the world in this perspective right now. I'm about to process this. And if there's people spreading negativity, lies, low vibrational things, and that is affecting other relationships in your life, it's definitely time to get rid of those individuals. Even if there are people out there that you feel you need to defend yourself against, just know God will do that behind your back. And if there is an opportunity where you can do that, then you guys are going to be able to do that. Six of Cups. And there is an energy here of that people do feel that you have a boss-like energy and you have this ability to move through life's challenges gracefully. I feel a lot of you guys, because you're not here to be stuck in certain groups, environments, jobs, even family dynamics, that you move your way through the different chapters of your life, and you keep the friendships that were meaningful, and you could take or leave certain things. And I feel like that's what really triggers a lot of people, because a lot of people are conditioned to think they have to hold on to everything in their life. But again, I feel a lot of you are here to show people that it's okay to transform. It's not scary to transform. And going full circle to the message, you have a reputation for being fearless, because you could step into that next chapter. So even when you're quiet, people fear you. Even when you're releasing, people fear you. Not always when you're standing up or speaking up, but they sure as hell fear you as well. And there are people here knowing that you know certain things about them, and they're scared you're going to come back and expose them or say something, especially if a lot of you guys are headed your way towards more support, more fame, more audience. But honestly, I don't see any of you guys doing that, because you don't even care enough. And that's another fear that people have, that you're just irrelevant to their lives. There's somebody here who really fears that they're becoming more and more irrelevant to you, and the truth is that you're not going to do anything against them. Probably you probably just want them to leave you alone. And again, most of the time you guys are going to do or say something is when God calls you to do it, and there's an energy around you guys standing up for somebody or something, and that's about it. But once things are behind you, I see that's what's special about my lightworkers and healers. You're not so focused on what's going on there. You're conditioned to basically be someone who lives in the moment and focus on the vision. That's why you guys are my visionaries, and you're my creators, and you're here for the purpose of creating something better into this world. So again, don't get into an energy of being discouraged because of these stuck people. You're not here for them. You're here to learn from them. They can always make changes they want, but you're going to touch a lot of people just by impacting sometimes low vibrational people. There are situations where you were involved with dating or friends with somebody who was extremely toxic, but the people around them watched how you handle it, watched how you stood up for yourself, and you set an example on how these people can be able to handle that individual or expose that person. I really feel like you're exposing somebody right now, and you just have this ability to take the good with whatever you learned in that chapter and keep it moving. Because that's what I'm saying. Some guys, may feel like you've lost a lot in this transition, but you gained a lot of respect. And I'm hearing some of you guys, you may have built connections or friendships with people outside of something toxic that may have happened. So again, keep up the good work. You guys are really in this Emperor, Big Boss energy. I saw the Empress too. I feel Queen of Wands. You guys are looking really good. Seven of Swords. Okay. And it's really funny because some of these toxic people are trying to say that you're deceitful, that you're sneaky. But in reality, you guys are real as heck, and people don't like that. There are going to be people out there that perceive your strength and your ability to speak up for yourself as sneaky, or your ability to attract a lot of people to you as something that you're doing, or you're you know what I mean. But I feel like there's, again, it is going to catch up. I'm hearing it's going to catch up to something about something somebody did to you behind your back is catching up to them, but you are miles and miles away from that energy, which is really, really funny, guys. Like, this is really hysterical because there's so many people that have done and tried to do things against you. And there are time periods where you guys haven't said anything because you knew just walking away and leveling up was the best choice. But there's going to be a time where you guys speak your truth in a calculated way that impacts the people around you for the better. So I feel like I got a reputation for being someone who's extremely calculated, but I actually feel like you guys are moving with God, with your intuition, and you always end up dodging the bullet. You always end up dodging the chaos. You always end up coming into certain environments and leaving before anything bad happens to you. And if something did bad happen, you use that energy to transmute it to something good or to teach people around you. Like, you do have a reputation of being somebody who is, I don't know why people are saying sneaky, but they're saying sneaky because it's like, there could be all this chaos going around you, and you guys, instead of jumping into that war, you're taking a step back and you're like, okay, I'm just going to go around this. Like, this is not something I need to be a part of, or I'm going to say something, then I'm going to go. I'm just going to go, you know? Because there's a lot of people that are still a little stuck. And I feel that as somebody who stands up, you may have a reputation for being somebody that is a little bit feisty, but the truth is that most of you guys, not all of you, really want to avoid the fights and the battles. You want to be able to move through life very smoothly. But again, sometimes you've got to face certain things so that you're not at war with yourself, and you have to realign yourself. What's the Seven of Swords about? So many options. Okay, really funny. And it's almost like it's an ex here that tried to hurt you or bring you down or cheated on you. You guys, okay, I'm out of this relationship. I didn't try to fight. I didn't try to prove anything to you. And then 7 new amazing options pop up, and they're like, oh, I knew you were no good. I knew you were sneaky. I knew that you had something else back to plan. And you're like, no, I just moved away from you, and then all this great stuff happened to me. But people move in such a suspicious way that they think that everybody else moves in that way. But I feel like you stood up for somebody and you were able to just get out and get into something better. And it looks like you're moving strategically, but in reality, it's actually that God is helping you guys find the next best thing for you, the next best job, the next best relationship, the next best friend. And there are situations where people also perceive you as being sneaky or removing people or like influencing people to move in your direction, but that's your power and your influence right there. That's something all these narcissistic low vibrational people are striving to be like, but by control, manipulation, lies, low vibrational things, you're speaking truth and keeping it moving, being strong. And I feel a situation here where you guys have helped somebody and someone around them thinks that it's your fault, you're stealing them away, but they're just following your lead because they see that the grass is truly greener. I'm hearing where you water it and on the other side, setting realistic expectations. I'm hearing. So it's like, that's the same thing when it comes to relationships, right? Because like sometimes people who are not healed, they're going to be attracted to someone who promises the world or acts like, yeah, I'm not like that. I'm better than that. I'm this, I'm loyal, I'm this and that. But you don't need to talk all that talk. Like your walk explains a lot of how you are. Like this is what I'm really seeing. Some of you guys are actually a boss. You're going to have a promotion somehow or some kind of, or some of you guys are just stepping into a job where you're going to be speaking your mind more and more. And a lot of people are like, oh crap, I hope they don't talk about me. This is about me. Some of you guys just like post or say things that are inspirational because you like to, but you guys, so many people shaking in their boots thinking that you're going to expose them right now because you see the truth in everything. And on your way out, I see a lot of you guys saying, yeah, by the way, I peeped that. I'm not going to do anything about it, but watch your back here because I see this, like I see a lot of guys kind of instilling a little bit of fear on people just by letting them know that you know what they're up to. You're like, I know what you're up to. I got the evidence, but I may choose to just let this go. And people see you as somebody who has a lot of power here because, again, God is going to present you guys with the truth, even when you don't want to see it. But yeah, this is really funny. We have the devil here. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. And metaphorically speaking, or my more religious people out there who understand what I'm saying, it's like the devil's trying to catch you, but he can't, That's all I'm going to say here. It's like the devil's really trying to trap you into things, and you always are outsmarting the devil because, well, you're smart, but it's not even in your power. It's God, it's God's plan here. And it can be metaphorical for people that are just operating in a low vibrational energy. Like, I'm also hearing that one song where it says, if you dance with the devil, you lucked out. Like, you guys have danced metaphorically or been with, dated, had friends, relationships, so many dark people that you have learned from. A lot of you guys actually study dark psychology, or you've learned a lot of things about people, so you've learned how to dance with or even handle these energies and be able to make it out alive and do what you need to do in these environments. You get what I'm saying? I really feel like you guys are called to certain environments where people are dark and you know how to handle them and speak to them and talk to them in a way where they may not understand that you know what you're doing. And some of you guys, you don't realize you know what you're doing even when you don't know what you're doing because you're moving intuitively. But I feel that, again, like you knew for a fact you were with somebody low vibrational and toxic, whether it was friendship, relationship, or work related, but you were just watching and waiting for the right situation for not to expose them, but for them to expose themselves, right? Because I kind of feel that this is kind of just what happens when you continue to shine and spread your light. These low vibrational energies just can't stand that, or speak your truth, or encourage others to be in their power. They start flipping out and people are just like, hey, what's that person's problem? And you're like, I don't know. Or you guys stood up for somebody, or you said something and people respected you for it. Either way, it doesn't matter what angle you guys come at this, but it really feels like you're just moving towards your happiness and speaking your truth. And if anybody wants to listen to the things that you guys have to say, good. If not, no problem. Yeah, you really have somebody here who you may or may not have realized that was extremely jealous of the things that you guys have accomplished, but they may not have even articulated that to you because they wanted to keep you there because they felt like something was going to happen for them if they stood by you or something like that. And you guys are seeing that a lot with people, especially when you do have a sense of purpose here and direction. And the difference between somebody who talks big ideas and goes for it versus someone who just talks the talk. And there's a lot of people out there who are talking the talk, but you guys are walking the walk. And you may get these hateful ass people saying that you are strategic or you did something or you took something from them, but in reality you knew for a fact that a lot of these people were just giving their time and energy to you because they thought that they could outsmart you or keep you or have control over you. It could even be an ex here that's saying, oh, I bought this for you, but they all wanted that in the condition that they can control you, use you, and manipulate you for their own agenda. And it's like you're not falling into those traps. You're always like kind of, with the Queen of Wands here, a lot of guys really do have this 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door energy, and not in a bad way, in a way of like, I'm willing to stay here and help the situation, but if I see something I don't like, I'm out the door. And I do feel like my layers, my healers, you guys have learned this lesson because you are extremely loyal, and you will be willing to go to bat for people that you care about, but you're learning, okay, like being loyal to everybody is being disloyal to yourself. You have to be more loyal to your purpose, to what you came here to do, to God's plan. And I feel there's something here where you guys had to make a split decision, and you made the right decision. Even if it pissed some people off or somebody off. A resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings. And again, you guys get forced into change as well, and you're here to show people it's okay to change. And somebody here that you guys have exposed is definitely in need of change, even for their own soul's growth. So let's see. Love people, love them with all your heart. Just be sure to love yourself first. We got love. And it goes full circle around what I'm saying here. It's even these toxic people that you guys may have loved or cared about, and you wonder, why do I love this person? They're horrible. They don't represent any bit of who I am. But God sent you there because even you encouraging somebody to change is an act of love. When people don't truly love somebody, they think they do, but they're encouraging them to stay the same because they fear that person changing, because they are afraid when that person changes to their full potential, then they can't have the person in their life anymore. That's not love. And I feel also there's people that people please or that kiss people's asses because they're afraid of that person not being in their lives. But that's not love. You guys know that I could lose this person, I could speak my truth, but that is so much better than enabling this person's behavior. And if people want to look at your actions and demonize you for being you, that's on them. But I do feel there's going to be a lot of situations where people are like, okay, I do love this person, and if I want to have him in my life, something needs to change. And I feel that, that's you guys standing in your power and knowing that if they don't, there's always something better over the horizon. Somebody here may be asking for a raise, and if they don't get it, like there's a better job over the horizon. I'm hearing somebody here. Maybe it's me starting something new. I feel that you've earned the right, and you're afraid that you are coming off entitled like some of these other people, but you've done the work here. That's what I'm hearing. Got decisions. Sometimes the best decision is no decision at all. Interesting. A long walk is good for the soul. Go outside and allow Mother Nature to lift your spirits. Yeah, I feel that right now a lot of these changes that are actually happening, you don't really need to do much at all. You just kind of need to just stay in your power and let it rock. And that's what I'm picking up on right now. But you guys are doing a great job here. And I'm seeing that people are fearing you right now, but they're also loving you too, and the people that are fearing your ability to speak up and tell them what they need to hear, those are going to be the people that need you the most sometimes. And you may have people not understand your path or why you're in certain environments, but God puts you in certain places for a reason. And the certain personalities, again, you guys have dealt with, they're to prep you for what is coming next. I put the brakes on social media shakes and connect to my vision to the stars. Yeah, some of you guys may need a social media break or posting break while you go through this transition. Some of you guys also just need to spend more time in nature, connecting with yourself. And again, some of you guys need to stop just endlessly scrolling and consuming a lot of confusing things, including card readings, because really the best decision is going to come internally if you guys keep praying and asking, okay, what's my next step? And it's more about creating it than having anybody else tell you this is what you're meant to do. The decision is sometimes no decision and just naturally walking in the direction that God has planned for you. Your health is improving right now. I see a lot of things unraveling for the best. You already did say no to somebody. You're going to say no to somebody or cut someone off. And as soon as you cut this person off, I see that you're going to have an influx of a sign that you made the right decision, opportunities, new people coming in, things moving forward. So yeah, and if people are just cutting you off left and right, take that as the decision already being made. Don't chase, don't ask, don't bother. If they're going to explain to you why in the future, they will. If not, no problem, because you cannot lose what is meant for you. And you're vibing up right now super fast. And again, some people are just running away out of fear because there could have been a tower moment in the future of you saying or doing something to this person that they needed, but they could have sensed that you were going to call them out on something in the future. Again, you guys have a power here and people fear it, okay? So don't stop whatever it is you're doing. don't stop being a helpful, amazing person just because some people don't appreciate that. And just know that God has something planned for you, so you don't need to control everything going on around you. And I do sense that somebody here did not realize that they were basically messing with the wrong one here. And I'm not saying that you guys are threatening anyone in any way. It's just that you do have strong spiritual powers here, and a lot of you guys do have the power to even get revenge on people if you really wanted to, but you choose not to. But there's something about you guys gaining information, knowledge, that scares a certain individual, that thinking that you can say or do something against them. But in all reality, I really feel like a lot of you really don't care for that, you know? Like, there's something about you guys just waiting it out and gathering information to make the right move. Or some of you guys are doing that, especially in some sort of legal matter. You were waiting for somebody to mess up a certain way so that you can make the right move here. People are really fearing you guys as this time. And again, the strength card here is really about being able to tame a beast. So I feel like you guys may have a side of you that's savage, that you know how to tame and use when you need to. And maybe a lot of triggered situations in your life, she taught you how to do that. But I also fear that, I feel that you have ability to tame the beast in other people too. And you guys, again, are sent very difficult personalities. I'm hearing to reform people. So some of you guys, your job does entail that, but you have to learn when to not put up with somebody's BS or crap or manipulation. So there's some energy here that you guys could be taming too as well. We got the Lovers here, okay? Yeah, somebody here's got a line within them, which is nothing wrong with that, but maybe you're helping this person tame that and direct that to something more productive. I'm definitely speaking to a lot of coaches here, mentors, teachers, healers of some kind. Even if you have students that are young, like you can sense and energies in people and help direct these people to the right direction. And yeah, so we got Justice here. Things are going to be coming together. You guys are really stepping into this strong energy. I see justice coming in a certain situation, and you're being feared here because I think you're the one who's going to implement it or get the right help, or you're going to be somebody who influences somebody to seek justice in some sort of situation. I really feel like you're speaking the truth here, and you've definitely tapped into a situation where you're in power here, maybe even behind the scenes. I do see some sort of partnership or connection leveling you guys up very soon too as well. And again, there could be a situation here where somebody is trying to prevent you guys from being happy or being in the right situation for you. And I don't see you guys taking to that lightly, or I don't see someone around you taking to that very lightly. Things are being exposed now, and if something is for you, it's going to happen, okay? As long as you keep it moving and eliminate what is preventing you from being in your best power. So take that anxiety, that stress, that gut feeling, you get around certain people and remove yourself. If they're causing a fuss when you're leveling up, you guys already know what to do. Here's the thing, guys. We always talk about this a lot, but I'm just here to keep encouraging you, because sometimes we need to hear it 10 times, 12 times, 100 times. You know, we're going to have to do this a lot in our lifetime, because we're not here to just stay put. We're here to keep it moving, and we're here to help when we need to help. And that's it. Alongside your own destiny. I'm telling you right now, you guys are helping somebody here stand into their power. And it's like, not that they're powerless, but they have a lot of power, but they could be misguided with it, or they could be around the wrong people or energies and influencing them the wrong way. And you're like showing somebody here like, hey, like this is the right way over here. It could be romantic too as well for a lot of you. If not, you're removing somebody from your life that is just not it, and romance is going to be coming in. I feel a lot of you guys do make such a positive impact on your romantic connections' lives too. Even if it's not to be the person for you, it's to help them get on the right path too as well. Like I'm telling you guys, God uses us as somebody to help others speak up, help others make changes. And sometimes, again, when you're in a situation where you're powerless, like somebody is narcissistic or they don't change, your power can also help bring justice to that situation for others, or you are teaching others through that situation you've learned from. So don't ever be discouraged. Every single day of your life, you have a power to make a positive impact. I know that sometimes other people's negativity can really overwhelm you and make you feel powerless. But if you're in a situation where you feel powerless, there is power in something going on there, even if you don't know the right decision to make yet. So I'm going to leave you guys with that message. Very interesting. I want you guys to comment below. I am in my power. And I want you guys to also comment below. I am speaking my mind, and I'm not, and I don't care who that offends, okay? So I love that for you guys, and you guys, wow, 1 hour. So you guys are always talking your ear off, but if you're new here, subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you made it to the end, because the people that make it to the end, you guys are the best, okay? And I will see you guys all next time. And if you want to know more about what I have going on, you can follow me on Instagram, Queen Alice Love, because I'm always doing something. All right, love you guys. Bye.